everybody. How's it going? So today we have Rob El Spooky Zorro with us. We have Brian Carr. We've got Cloud Foxwell and myself. We're going to have some other people joining us today, chat. So don't worry. I'm trying to figure out this whole music thing. I got to make sure it keeps playing for a little bit from the intro. So took care of that. How are you guys doing today? How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Awesome.
And I think I'm awake. I got that notification from the Just Shoot It episode with the guys from the UK. So got up pretty early to watch that.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I just want to tell everybody. So not only do we have a special guest, Cloud Foxwell, joining us today.
Yes.
You guys have probably remembered her most recently from my interview with her a couple weeks ago, which was fantastic. If you haven't had a chance to see it, go check out Meet the Collector. Cloud was a very good interview, very good conversationalist. I had a lot of fun learning more about her. But we have another special guest today that is going to be joining us. And let me bring him in. So here we go. We have Mr. Jason Beinvenu,
Oh, hello.
all the way from AWOK himself.
How we doing?
We're doing great, man. Thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time
Thanks,
to be on the
Tom.
show with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So for those who live under a rock in a jungle and don't know, Jason is the co-creator of AWOK. I don't know what your exact title is. But yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about AWOK? Just, that elevator pitch you always give to people. I'm
Sure, yeah. I feel like I've got that elevator pitch down, Pat, but we'll see. We'll see if it lasts that full 40 seconds. So yeah, my degree's in graphic design. Excuse me, I do have a cold. Graphic design, and in 2011, I really wanted to kind of scratch that creative itch, so to speak. So I was kind of looking through logos that I had designed during a particular week, and there was a lot of animal influence, and I thought, it might be kind of fun to tell the hero's tale through an animal kingdom perspective. And that was kind of really where the seeds of Animal Wars of the Kingdom started. I eventually made an issue, and then I did a Kickstarter for it where we did comics for that. And then we did an eventual Kickstarter for the 3 3/4 inch scale, which at the time was pretty much everyone's jam. They didn't, Star Wars Black Series hadn't come out. Marvel's Legend Toy Biz was kind of winding down. So, G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra was really popular. The Star Wars, whatever the three at the time, I think it was Clone Wars, Marvel Unit, all really hot at the time. So we did 2 successful Kickstarters in that scale. And I was preparing to do Toy Fair to kind of really promote and see if we could get that line into bigger toy stores. Thing called COVID happened. So they told us we're not going to have Toy Fair. And I remember just kind of sitting in my car and thinking, I really like the 6-inch scale. And that little bug kind of got in my head of wanting to do the 6-inch scale. And I had a little extra money with Toy Fair being canceled. So I talked to the designers and stuff, and I said, I think we should kind of give it a go and transition this from the 3 3/4 inch line, which at the time was kind of starting to go out. Like the Star Wars Black Series had been out for about 2 years. Marvel Legends made their amazing return, I think, in 2015. So there was a couple of years that had gone by where the 6-inch scale had really kind of come into style and popularity. Mythic Legions had really started to kind of get a foothold in the indie community and whatnot. So we basically just went about working on this 6-inch toy line for about 6 months to do as a Kickstarter. I say 6 months. It was probably 4 to 6 months. Rebooting the comic book with our current artist, Utama. And that all kind of paralleled, and we launched the Kickstarter in 2021, which was right after everything kind of was starting to open up from COVID. And it was a huge success. It was way bigger than we thought it was going to be. So we were able to do 2 additional waves outside of the Kickstarter itself. And then I was looking at the source material of the comic book, because everything that we do in the comic book parallels with the toy line. So we were doing a lot of Easter eggs and sneak peeks, and we thought, the toy line's doing well. Let's go ahead and do another Kickstarter for the tooling to make these new figures. So we had our second Kickstarter for the Animal Warriors Primal series, and we did 4 different body types, which is crazy. But we're working on body type 1, which is the brawler body type. I think they're just kind of getting back from Chinese New Year, maybe like a week or 2. So hopefully they'll finish up that tooling, sometime in April, and then we can start moving into doing the plastic samples. So we won't see like colored stuff, or it might be like a mix and match of colors and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll start seeing that soon, and kind of finishing out, hitting all those milestones to get the brawler waves produced and delivered to all the backers.
Awesome. Well, man, thank you. That was, you took my number 1 question away from me. So that's fantastic. I love that. I was gonna ask, eventually, when we got to the question part, I was gonna ask what was the impetus from the 4 to 6 move, and now that lets me know. I'm just looking at the camera here. We do have one other guest, one of our regulars, joining us back for another episode. Here we have Jeff. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Jeff.
All right, we can see you, but can't we hear you? There we go.
Oh,
You got a little bit of a delay there, but we'll see how it goes. We can hear you kinda. It's just kind of cutting in and out.
Oh.
And now we lost Jason.
live demos.
Here we go.
Is that better?
Jason's
I
back.
saw it drop out. Yeah.
There we go.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah. All right. So
What's up, Trevor?
let me-
Trevor,
Oh, nice,
Trevor.
nice.
Trevor
Let's
owes
say
me a
hello to the.
skeleton, Trevor.
the lights have been hit.
All right. So let's say hello to the chat here. We have Monarch Prime, Brian Carr, of course, is here. Of course he is. Lee Customs. We've got Amilcar
Thanos.
Cruz. I don't know if I'm saying that properly. Sorry if I am not. John Marola is here. Tango Toys. We have Brick Something. Hey, Brick, how's it going? We have Richard Gore. The Collecting Brothers are here. Collectible Fun. Benny Torres. Adrian Vasquez. We got Lee Customs, if I didn't say that already. We got Vaz here. Glad he's here. Solo Center is in the chat today. Thanos Copter. Hey, how you doing? We're probably going to see some of your photos later. Let's see. Who else that we have here? Did I miss anybody? Mythic Dolphin is here. Wholesome Warlock. Here's my good buddy. There he is. Brendan Higgins is here. Trevor is here, so we know somebody smashed that like button. Let's see. Who else we got here? Did I miss anybody? Endless Fables, and Blake, Recon Rage, who I just interviewed recently. Had a little mishap with Blake's interview. I uploaded the raw file and not the edited one, so literally took me all day yesterday to get that sourced and fixed. But I was having some really low bandwidth yesterday with my internet. It took literally 8 hours to upload that video.
I'm guilty
You
too.
uploaded that. I watched it immediately, and there's this scene where you get interrupted. You're like, I'm gonna timestamp that and cut that out. And I was like,
Yeah, that was my daughter. Yeah, she was coming in asking me if she could go to her friend's house, and thankfully it wasn't my 11-year-old walking through in his underwear to play Forza, because that's usually what happens. But while we got a lot of people, we got 25 people in the chat already. So let's go ahead and do our very first giveaway. We have 3 giveaways today, sponsored by our good friends here in the room with us. So these are the figures that we're going to be giving away today, and our very first giveaway. We're going to go ahead and do it. Now, I'm going to give you guys 4 whole solid minutes to get your hashtags in. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to start with this guy right here. We're going to do Onyx as our very first giveaway. So if you guys could just in the chat do hashtag Onyx. Hashtag Onyx. And let's see here. We'll get this going, and sorry to have to give you guys a time frame, but that keeps us, in a logical amount of time to, get some hashtags in and gives us time to collect them all and then spin that wheel. So yeah, I just wanted to thank Jason for being here and Cloud, and glad Jeff was able to pop in. While we're waiting for that while that's going on, does anybody here have any questions for Jason? Either in the chat or any of our people here. He already answered my question about the 4-inch to 6-inch shift. So anybody else have any questions for Jason?
You guys are coming back to Legions Con this year, right? So we can hang out?
We are, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, we really look forward to Legions every year. It's such a hectic show, but it's so fun.
Yeah. I had a great time last time with you guys hanging out. Dinners. I've got great pictures. It was probably the highlight of my trip, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's great to see everyone.
So hey Jason, since you moved from the 3.75 up to 6, have you seen like a bigger success with the 6-inch line as opposed to the 3.75?
Oh, absolutely. It's not even comparable. So much more popular.
Have you guys ever thought about maybe going back or doing like a small run just in the 3.75?
Man, did y'all hear that motorcycle? Who's
Yeah, somebody's got Fast and the Furious going on in the background. Yeah. That's nice.
Sorry. It all depends on. I think if the big box retailers really embraced that scale again, then it would be a lot easier to justify doing a test run.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's no presence for that scale at retail. The last big push I saw for it was the Halo Infinite stuff, and then which I absolutely love, by the way, and then the Fortnite stuff. And it's probably been, I want to say maybe like a year, maybe even 2 years since those lines have been at retail. So
right.
It's a hard sell.
Are you guys still sitting on a bunch of that stock from when you guys?
I think we might have one case of each SKU left. So 40 of each. It might be a little bit more than that, but I'm not positive. So yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I keep seeing them pop up on Big Bad Toy Store. So I think they're probably sitting on some too, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I was showing the guys in the chat the back of one of the cards, and there's a lot of characters on there. Do you ever see with the 6-inch line a bunch of those characters making appearance coming up or anything?
Yeah, the idea is to reimagine each of those offerings into the 6-inch scale. So Belarus was basically redesigned into the Void. King Hannibal just as King Hannibal. Thane is Thane. The Horde Berserker became the Horde Brutes. I'm trying to think. Grimes is going to be, part of the Kickstarter stuff. I'm trying to think which else. Larange, I think will probably have to be its own body type just because of the way he is redesigned in the comic books. We might be able to get some sort of parts reuse out of it, but it's a pretty distinctive silhouette, so we'll have to see. I'm trying to think. There's a tiger. We'll probably want to do a tiger at some point,
Yeah, because we noticed that Boone wasn't a fox in the 3.7.
Right. Yeah, he was a lemur. Yeah. And then he transitioned into a fox. So, and then we gave
Jeff and I and another one of the guys in the chats were picking out certain characters. Oh man, if they made this one, and we just kept picking out which guys would be pretty cool to make.
I was going to ask about the different guilds and houses. There's a lot of houses and a lot of guilds that we still haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
They're obviously going to be fleshed out even more when the new characters come, and there are even more houses and guilds.
Definitely, yes. So we introduced all the major houses, and then there's minor houses, and then there's guilds and stuff. So the second story arc's going to play a lot into the Pirates Guild. There'll be a main I don't want to say antagonist, but they're definitely going to throw up some roadblocks because hopefully everyone's read issue 5, but there's going to be a power vacuum. So all the trade routes and everything are essentially going to be controlled by the pirates. So if you want to get any kind of commerce or anything done, you've got to basically barter with the pirates and deal with them. So we won't know if like they're dealing with adversaries at one point or if they're going to be allies. So it'll just kind of throw a little bit of fun uncertainty into the storyline.
Cool.
Hey, Mark, you want to pull up that question by Brick?
Yeah,
He
1 second. Sorry, I'm just typing here in the
Jason, I wanted to ask you, this morning when I was getting ready to log on, I saw that on Amazon, you guys have, is it like a graphic novel of AWOK before like all this?
We do. That was the original graphic novel that we did.
Mhm.
And now, I kind of did. I mean, I was doing that on my own, just kind of in my free time. And it was the trade version of the singles that I did for that Kickstarter.
You did all
and
the
then we
artwork and
rebooted
coloring and everything? You did everything yourself?
Right. Yeah. I think it took me about 2.5 to 3 years to do everything. It was intense, but it was a labor of love, and it was just one of those things that I kind of wanted to put out there.
So is the story
It's the first
still-
comic or anything that I've ever done, so it's a little ham-fisted, but it's still something I'm proud of, and it was a fun experience to do.
I know that
let's
all
see.
too well. My books. So the very first comic that I did, I was commissioned to do. There was a writer. I was going to come in and do the pencils and inks digitally, and then we were going to have a colorist, and it did not work out. Our colorist kind of like jumped ship once he was paid, and then I had to.
Oh no!
Yeah. It worked out that way. It's just how it was. And then, so I decided to take over the coloring responsibilities. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I will never. And we did it on Kickstarter. And it delayed the book for over a year because I had to go and do the coloring, because it takes me twice as long to color as it does to draw.
Sure.
And so,
of course. Yeah.
Even digitally, it's not really, it doesn't really, it just takes longer. And so after that, I was like, yeah, no, if I don't do it myself, I won't do it. I will not put anything on Kickstarter that I don't handle completely myself. So I do stuff with writers, I'll have a writer or whatever, but when it comes to art, coloring, lettering, design, I do everything myself, and it makes it take a long time. It's tough.
Right. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. I mean, like, speaking as an artist, it's we can be kind of like it's kind of like trying to wrangle cats, so it's its own skill set. Keeping everyone on task is its own skill set and on its own.
Yeah. Brick says, Jason, how can Spero itself encourage the 3D parts community even more to get us some cool custom parts for our toys? Publishing dimensions, files for ball pegs, files for hand pegs, back hole size. That's a good question.
I mean, that's a great question. One of the things that I feel really confident about is making the toys and making fun, exciting characters. But I want to thank you guys for doing this, because, the AWOK tribe and Brick and Adam created these awesome shows to kind of help grow the community. And so whenever we see 3D people or 3D artists making parts and everything, it's just like, okay, awesome. Because, I didn't get into Mythic Legions until probably whenever they started doing Cosmic Legions. So I was way behind the curve as far as like knowing about how the community worked and everything. So seeing how much the 3D printed artists bolstered the community, with the Mythic Legions, made it really encouraging for us. So any help that we can get, it's one of those things that I am not great at. So like any ideas that you guys can have as far as like encouraging 3D artists to do those, we love seeing it. I have like several really great head sculpts that people gave me. I need to get around to painting them, so we can kind of show off the diversity of customizing these figures. Whenever we did the Kickstarter, the Ancients were very much intended to be like kit bashing figure builders that you could make your own characters out of. So one of the things that I wish we would have done on the packaging for the armor sets is include a little QR code that shows you how to take the figures apart. The figures are essentially a Marvel Legends / G.I. Joe classified build. So they're not intended to pop apart at the waist. Like it's a safety issue that we built in for 4+. You know, it doesn't pop apart like that. Instead, you essentially will pop off the leg at the hip where the little T-bar is. You'll heat it up and everything. And I encourage everyone to, go on YouTube and watch the AWOK pop and swap video. Adam did a really great job kind of showing how to do it. That way it just
did that last night for my
Yeah.
pop and swap.
See that that torso is designed not to come off of that T-bar. So we just let everyone know that we can to pop it off at the hip. That's how it's designed to have the skirting removed.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're going to probably do a custom only episode. We've got that in the books to do.
Right.
And we're going to not only show our own customs, which Rob is great at, but also showcase some really cool customs from around the internet that we have found. And I think it'd be kind of cool maybe if there's somebody out there, like if you guys at Spero don't have the time to do this, if maybe there was somebody in the customizing community who specializes in sizing things, if like maybe like during that show, like we could give you guys maybe some dimensions on like ball peg sizes and stuff like that, that could be like a resource for people to somehow access. And then we'll be happy to like share it around. I know Brick and Adam and everybody would as well. That would be fantastic. There's Jeff. He came back. And, we have a whole custom thing coming around for that.
I could send some of the part files to someone who could know, or I guess I could ask Arlen and Dan about it. They'll know for sure.
Sweet. I just want to interrupt the questions real quick because we are ready for our very first giveaway. So I am going to click over to that now. We do have the list of names. There's the list of names. You can probably find yourself on the sidebar there. We're going to go ahead and give this a spin and see who our first warrior winner is of the Onyx figure. Sorry, I don't think the sound effects are going to be playing, but we do have... Looks like Jonathan Redman. A warrior has been chosen. You are the winner.
Congratulations, sir.
You are the winner of a...
Yay!
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for entering. We're going to clear that out. And you are the winner, sir, of this Onyx figure right here. And we're... So
I think we're sold out. We're essentially sold out of that Onyx figure.
He's so cool. I don't doubt it.
I think we have 40 of them left.
Oh.
For the Pale figure, it was technically sold out on the website, but our fulfillment center had like 4 of them committed. So we sent one more box of 20 to fulfill or our fulfillment center. So there'll be 16 left online, and then after that, we'll only be selling what's left at conventions. So if you want that figure, it'll only be available at conventions, and probably maybe through the rest of the year we'll try to hold it back. That way it's available, until Legion's come.
Yeah, I only had one, and I've already used mine for a custom. And after seeing some of the stuff that Rob has done, I need to get another one. So next time I see you, you guys are going to be at Toylanta in a couple weeks.
We will, yep. We'll be at Toylanta, and we'll also be at WonderCon. So we'll be at both of those conventions. It's the same weekend, so we'll have an East Coast and a West Coast show, which is the first time we're doing that. We're pretty excited about it. So Brick and Adam will be at WonderCon, and Derek and Sequoia and myself will be at Toylanta.
Sweet. Yeah, that's going to be great. So let's see here. For the gentleman who won, sorry, I've already forgotten your name. It's just how my brain works.
Jonathan.
So Jonathan, what I need you to do, buddy, is if you could reach out to Rob directly, El Spooky Zorro on Instagram. Reach out to him directly. Get him your shipping information. Get him your address, and we'll get that figure shipped out to you. Absolutely. Let's see here. I'm trying to go back through the chat while all this was going on to see if anybody had any questions. Are there any other questions just from our gang here on screen?
I wanted to ask Jason Cloud about getting into AWOK and what she thought. And I know you're friends with one of the AWOK studio employees. So what was your first initial thought when you saw all these? And did you know about them before the 6-inch happened?
No, I knew about them entirely because of that Kickstarter. I found out about the smaller scale, and my first thought was, oh, good, they're doing a scale that I collect because these guys look really neat. I think I have to look. I don't think I was financially able to back the Kickstarter when it was live, but I put in, I think, pre-orders like Big Bad Toy Store for a couple. Like I've got like Tiberius, and it was the cats that really got my attention. So I'm like House Fairlist all the way. I have every named cat. I don't have Onyx and Ash. I don't have like the builder characters. I'm totally a crazy cat lady. I saw Boone, and I'm in love with foxes. Foxes have been a family favorite because of our last name. So if they do, you guys need to do a female fox down the line, and I will buy multiple of that. The second Kickstarter I jumped in on. I backed, and again, money was like crazy tight, but I had to do something. So I went for Hannibal and I went for Jessa because, again, my cats, I had to get those. I'm hoping that when they start hitting retail, I can pick up a few more. But it's really just like I was spread so thin both times. I had to be very, very selective and move things around. But yes, Derek is my oldest friend. We met when we were like maybe 14 years old. Completely different life. So it was cool to see him. Yeah, I saw he was friends with Jason. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I have a couple of those figures. I really like them. They're a lot of fun. And then he ended up working with them. And I got to see him Legions Con 2023 for the first time in 26 years. We had lost touch. We moved around. So
family reunion.
Great person. All of them, all of Spero were awesome. We had a lot of fun last year at Legions Con. But they're a lot of fun. I like how vibrant the figures are. They're very colorful. A lot of my collecting was nostalgia driven, so Marvel characters, video game characters, things like that. And then I got pulled into Mythic Legions, and it was more of what do I enjoy? Like what's just kind of fun. And this is definitely a line that is just fun to play. I've got I think 4 of my guys kind of hanging out on the desk over here. But,
Sweet.
I did just take my first, like, I guess, good Animal Warriors photo. It's on my Instagram. So I just posted that if you guys want to take a look. I wanted to have that ready for today because it's been like 100% Mythic Legions. They photograph very well, but I knew these guys would take to it also. This is
that is gorgeous.
Specifically,
I am going to put this in the chat for everybody to check out.
Go check that out. Let me know what you guys think. It's all the cat people.
Fantastic.
I love the cat people.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Yeah, that's one of the things that I gravitated towards with this line because it was something that for me, it looked like a toy straight out of the 80s when Jason was talking about that Mandela effect of, people thinking that this has always been around. That's what it was. It was, these figures look like, I would have played with these in the 80s and 90s. There's no doubt about it, like 100%. And so, I absolutely love it. Let's see, I'm checking the chat here. Curtis says, Jason won me over when he made dogs smoke black and milds. Of course, I, as a English Bulldog owner myself, I love anything that looks like an English Bulldog.
Can't wait for Grimes.
I know.
Right?
Hey, look who's in the chat. That's studio employee people. And then, of course, our good friend Smurber is here. Thanks, buddy.
There's
Thanks for
Derek.
joining us.
So, Jason, not only are you bringing a great toy line to everybody, you're bringing friends that have been friends forever together.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think, part of the success of an indie toy line is really bringing a community that's excited about it. And it's one of those things that, like I said earlier, I felt great about making the toys and compelling designs and stuff, but it's you guys that's really going to make the line successful and have longevity. So thank you all so much. And it's going to be really exciting to see everything kind of grow over the next couple of years. And I think most indie creators aspire to be at that level of the 4 Horsemen. And, if we could get half of that, I would consider that a huge success. And, everything we've done so far has been such a blessing and exciting and great. So hopefully we can kind of keep building on that momentum and keep growing the tribe, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, another issue of this, or pun intended, was another side to this whole thing is the comics. You know, the comics are so good, and you know,
Right.
I love
Thank
a
you.
good ecosystem. You know, where like where you're reading a comic that makes you want to buy a toy, or you're buying a toy
Right.
that makes you want to buy the comic, or if there's an animated show and you're watching the cartoon, but that makes you want to buy the figure, or that maybe that makes you want to buy the comic. And I love having an ecosystem that just keeps feeding itself, which
Yeah,
is,
for
is really
sure.
cool. Are we going to
I
see
mean,
more of the comic in the future? I know chapter 1 just ended up with issue 5, but
yeah,
are we going to be seeing
we're
more
trying.
soon?
So we're trying to wrap up issue 6 right now. It's been great. It's one of those things where we're like setting up a new story arc. So uh, we've got to keep it exciting, but we've also got to like set up all the challenges and stuff that's going to be coming up. Excuse me. Throughout the next couple of issues that create the trade paperback of that, or 5 issues, so to speak. And it's a really exciting issue. It's setting up, the aftermath of the last story arc, and we hope everyone continues to enjoy it. Speaking of like giving source material, I watched one of the recent videos by Dan Larson and Seeker Galaxy, and something kind of clicked where he was talking about the mighty, I think it's Gorbots.
Orbots.
What was it?
Or
The
bots.
Orbots.
Gorbots. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And him talking about how in the 80s, a lot of American kids didn't want to play with a certain toy, no matter how cool it was, unless it had a cartoon or something associated with it. And they tried it with Transformers or whatever it was in Japan at the time, and it wasn't popular. And the same thing with GoBots. And then they came out with the cartoons and everything, and all of a sudden kids couldn't get enough of it. So it's one of those things where, like, as an indie brand, we aspire, like, oh my God, it would be amazing to have some sort of, even a YouTube cartoon would be amazing. My little girl
Right,
just
right.
absolutely loves watching these great indie cartoons that YouTube creators uploaded to YouTube, and they have merchandise. They've got, a lot of times it's like a plushie or something. And then, one of the ones that comes to mind that I'm not particularly a big fan of, but I think they had like one episode that came out, and then the next thing you knew, it was moved to Netflix, and I think it was Digital Circus. It's really well done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so that type of thing is just so cool. It's one of those things where they're kind of faking it till they make it, and there's nothing wrong with it, a cartoon being on YouTube, in my opinion, because it's like they can watch it. Most kids watch YouTube.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
My little girl likes to watch. Oh, I'm trying to think what it is.
I have a 6-year-old daughter, and I swear
Smiley
to God,
Friends,
she
but
is
she doesn't
so
watch it
addicted to like
on
family
so,
videos.
Yeah,
It's
just one of those things where.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like talk over you. I think our internets were like bouncing around, but yeah,
in
my
your
daughter
pocket.
is 6, and
That's
and
why.
she and she watches like these families that go on like on vacation, and like these videos have like 10 million views. It's like
Right. Yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely
it's
wild.
it's a very interesting time. It's cool and exciting. And I can tell, like, we've got 2 different kind of internet setups, and they're both like failing. So did y'all want to ask me any kind of questions before I hop off? Cause it's
Let's get to
getting
2
really
more
fun.
from the chat, and then
Sure,
we'll let you
absolutely.
go. We have
Yeah.
one from the chat says, "Hey Jason, any intention to go buck wild with fur colors like a hot pink lion, lime green jackal? Those might be crazy examples."
I think if we did that type of stuff, it would be some sort of like traveling convention exclusive. But it's one of those things where it's kind of risky. With an exclusive, you kind of have to walk that fine line of like, is it something I'm going to get annoyed that I can't get, or something that I really, really want, but I'm okay if I don't get it. I'll just eventually try to get it, type of thing.
Yeah.
So
And then
it's
one
nothing
more.
like that's really on the radar at the moment, but
Yeah, but I see what he's
Where
saying.
does
It could be really fun. Curtis Ackerman
Curtis.
says, probably a new question, but where does the Sparrow name come from?
So that's
Good question.
funny. Whenever I was doing, I don't remember which Kickstarter it was, but I think it was a 3 3/4 inch one. I was just kind of like, well, I have to come up with a name for the LLC. And I was like, I really, really hope this works. So I was like, let me look up different languages for hope. And it was Latin means hope, or I hope. Spero means I hope. So, and I just thought it was funny. It sounded kind of like Hasbro or, Bro Rimco type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that catch to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just, I needed some sort of name, and it was almost like a placeholder that just stuck.
That's incredible. No, I dig that a lot. I love when there's like a really good hitting meaning behind a name.
Right.
Well, Jason,
Thank
we're
you.
going to let you go because A, I know you're not feeling very well, and B, your internet keeps dropping out. So I really appreciate you
I
coming
do
on.
apologize.
No,
thank you so much
don't
for
at all.
having me on. I absolutely love what you guys are doing. It's a real honor. I can't thank you enough for doing this, and I'll be happy to come on again. Hopefully my internet will hold up a little bit longer next time, and congratulations to all the winners of the next 2 items, and I hope you guys really enjoy everything. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys at Toylanta in a couple of weeks. Y'all have a great week.
I'll be there. Jeff will be there. And then another one of our team members, Terrence, will be there.
That's fantastic.
From our group.
Awesome.
So, yeah, we're going to
Good
stop
deal.
by and say hi, man.
Awesome.
All right, thanks
Thank
for
y'all
joining
so
us,
much.
buddy.
Feel better,
Thank
dude.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Man, that was so nice of him to come in. And yeah, he brought up the rest of the winners. So let's go ahead and talk about let's go ahead and get our second giveaway going. We're going to be giving away the Horrid Ravager. Okay, so this time I'm going to have you guys in the chat. If you'll just do hashtag Ravager, 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 hashtag Ravager. And we'll give that 4 or 5 minutes to go. And then we'll see who the winner is of that. If I can get a timer going.
Cloud, get your name in there.
Yeah, everybody throw your name in there. Throw your name in there.
Let the chat enter.
Yeah, thanks. Again to Jason for joining us. That was incredible, especially when he's not feeling very well. So I'm glad he did that. So now what we want to do is we like to take a moment to share some finds each episode from around the web, and I'm going to share. We have some sent in from Terrence and Andy who are not here. They were not able to make it today for various reasons. And so, we're just going to share those. But in the future, if you would like your photograph possibly chosen, what we would love for you to do is if you would just tag your photos with the hashtag AWOK Tribe 25, AWOK Tribe 25. No underscores, no spaces, no dashes, no funny stuff, and that'll help us. We'll search for that account or that tag every time we do an episode, and you never know, we may pull your image. So up first we have Andy's image, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is from Toy Photo Guy. You got to be quick or you're going to lose your head, and I just love this. This is fantastic. This composite here is just so good. Wow. Look at the axe, and the dude's he's just staring right at it, which I think just looks great. The shine on there is fantastic. What do you guys think?
You can hear that axe just going right by him. Shink.
Shink.
Cutting some whiskers on the way out.
Yeah.
It's my buddy.
Some nice,
my little
nice
cheetah
whiskers.
friend.
Yeah, that's such a good figure.
Give me that guy's name again, because I'm terrible remembering names.
Ahawkin.
Ahawkin, that's right. And
Kin.
who's the
Jason
other one?
told me he just calls him Kin.
Kin. And then there's the one you showed a minute ago. Is one of my favorites with the bow and arrow. Is that that's Cordoon? Cordoon. Yeah, I love that guy. He's one of my faves. All right, Brian, this is your choice. Why don't you talk about this and tell us why you chose this?
I just thought it was really cool just to be able to see how AWOK goes with so many other different toy lines. It looks like it just fits right in with He-Man there. And I'm sure
100%.
Fit right in with Mythics, could fit right in with a ton of different toy lines. And, it's just can go with a lot of stuff. So go grab some more.
Yeah, this is I'd never actually thought about, because I'm actually not collecting Revelations figures or Masterverse?
Masterverse.
I'm not really collecting them anymore. But yeah, these look like they were made by the same people. I'm sure the armor is probably swappable, all of it. Heads probably too. Weapons for sure. But yeah, looks like this is from Emerald Knight Photos. I think we're going to see one more because he has some great stuff. This is beautiful.
Atreyu is kind of reminds me of AWOK He-Man as it is. So this is perfect. This works so well.
Oh yeah, I mean, an alternate reality Lion-O. You know, like he could
Yeah,
definitely
that
be
absolutely.
for sure. Jeff, walk us through yours, dude, because this features one of my favorite AWOK characters right here.
This is our buddy Matt Ramirez of Collectible Fun on Instagram. He posted this week for the AWOK collab 30 or 52, 20, yeah, something like that. And this is Lexion with what's that?
No, I was just
think
saying,
we
yeah,
got completed,
Lexion. He's
man.
one of my
Lexion.
favorites.
Yeah, Lexion in an awesome Dio along with Novian Lean and
It looks like
CC24.
AA20. It looks like AA20's body, but CC24's head and parts. Like AA20
Yeah,
had the more
yeah.
fabric parts.
Yep.
Look at that.
But yeah, Lexion is one of my favorite Feralists. So yeah, I just immediately the moment I didn't see this pop up immediately throughout the week. I saw it in the collab like collages, and so I was waiting for Matt to post this, and so I could pull it from his Instagram. So thanks, Matt.
This is fantastic. I'm gonna walk through mine real quick, and then I'm gonna let you guys talk about the rest. So here we have from Vaz Picks. I see that he's in the chat today. I think I messaged him earlier this week and was like, "Is it okay if I share this?" And dude, this is just killer. I just love like the war paint that's on his face. Like I think like maybe he added that. That just looks so good. It looks like there's red like coming down the middle of his forehead. And I love it. I love the lighting here. It looks so good. I don't know if this is like a digital composite, maybe with like a monitor behind. He's in the chat. Maybe he can give us some insight. And he's got clearly got some realistic leaves in the front. It just looks really good. And the atmosphere here just looks great.
Yeah, he's in the chat talking about this pick, and him and his wife have a YouTube channel, and they do an AWOK competing custom thing going on right now, which is pretty cool that everybody should check out. Yeah, it's awesome. We got to have those guys on.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can definitely do that. And then here we go, Rob. If you want to talk about your choice right here, love this as well. Another one from Emerald Knight Photos.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys in the Instagram AWOK group chat about this. I think it's awesome, but it's also kind of funny how he's just sitting in the back and the knight in the front doesn't even know that he's about to go to sleep.
Doesn't know he's about to go to sleep. It's about to be nap time.
Yeah. And this is another one from Emerald Knight Photos. This is pretty much the second one.
Really good. Really good. 100%. Yeah, I
John
noticed instantly.
Mejia.
I was like, yeah, we're going to show a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, they could just mix so well with Mythics, He-Man. I mean, so many different lines. So
Yeah.
a lot of potential.
And
I've got one next week.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
I've got one next week. You'll see a good matchup with Classifieds also.
Cool.
Nice. Very cool. And then one from Terrence here who couldn't join us because he's at work. And I love this so much. I wanted to show this off mainly because of this armor is completely repainted. And it even looks like he's cut the shoulder pauldrons off of like armor and like put them on. I think this is like Kali's armor.
Yeah.
And this is like a fully painted, like an onyx body, but then like a custom painted head. It looks like he's maybe cut the braids off or the sideburns off a little bit. Looks like he's got a golden skull on a rope tied around his other shoulder. Like, I just love the colors here. And this makes me want, like, I saved this into my phone in my customs folder because this is a color palette that I would love to use myself. This just looks so good.
Really good.
That's what I've been wanting to do is paint the armor. I just don't know if the paint would stick to the armor all that well because it's a different kind of plastic. But after seeing this, I think I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, I think so for sure. These are great. And so let's go ahead and run the giveaway here for the Horrid Ravager. Thank you to everybody who who participated in this. So we're going to go ahead and give it a spin. You can probably see your names right here on the side here. So we're going to give it a spin. See who the warrior winner is. And it looks like Lee's Customs is a warrior has been chosen. So congratulations to Lee's Customs. Again, it sounded like we just had a tumble. A whole bunch of figures went out. So again, reach out to Rob on Instagram, please. Lee Customs, El Spooky Zorro. His name's right here in the lower left. L_Spooky_Zorro. Give him your address, and he will get a figure right out to you. And now for this last little segment that we're going to do here. We thought it'd be kind of cool. I didn't know if Jason would be able to hang out long enough for us to do this, but we're going to just show off a couple of pop and swaps. We kind of kept it as much to popping and swapping just what is within the AWOK parts library. I know that's kind of hard for Rob because Rob's he's like, I'm throwing everything in there because he's good like that. But so we're going to do that. And like Jeff, do you want to start off? We'll go with you, buddy.
Sure. Is it okay? I have two.
Sure.
All right.
Overachiever.
Compensating for me.
All right. So one is for Cloud. The moment I got Onyx, I was like, I need to do something with Onyx. And I also wanted to do a custom with the war paint Black Ape. So I took the what is it called? Shinari Centurion, and that's
oh my gosh,
Nice.
I like that.
So the best thing about AWOK is you change the head, you change the hands, and you change the feet, because these are the feralist feet. If you look at the ape feet or the Shinari or horde feet, you have an extra
Opposable
digit.
feet thumb.
Another thumb. So you change the feet, you change the hands, and you change the head, and you have a whole new character. So this is my gold or Onyx Centurion. And then next up today, I was playing with parts this morning, and this was awesome. So this is my Ravager, I guess you could say.
Oh, I like that. I like the color palette.
So this is a pale version 1 body. I tore apart my pale this morning. I was like, do I really want to tear them apart? But I was like, no, I'm going to do it. So I took them apart. This is a pale body. This is the Heads Pack Villains, I think, Heads Pack head.
Okay.
We've got the blue weapons pack, silver weapons pack, more blue, and then the armor, except for the loin piece, the armor is the loot crate or armor crate. So
yeah, thank you for sharing that, dude. That's great. And I did want to point out Endless Fables here. They also have an awesome collab group. So what you want to do is anybody that would like to join for the weekly collab, please reach out to @EndlessFables or @Vaz_Picks. And right, they do have a collab. Now, is this, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, is this the collab that we've talked about before, the hashtag AWOK collab 52?
Yeah, it's the AWOK collab 52, and it's ran by Endless Fable, and they have a group chat on Instagram, and yeah, it's a bunch of great photographers doing a lot of AWOK. It's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
And thank you for tagging us along with the AWOK Collab 52.
Yeah, AWOK Tribe 25. Yeah, that'd be super helpful. Yeah. All right, very cool. So that takes care of you and Cloud. And Brian, you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not a painter at all, and I'm not much of a customizer at all. I just kind of get the figure and put it on the shelf. But with these, it's real easy. I just took an Onyx and then took one of the figures from the Heads pack, put the head on there, made him into one of the Chinari, and then the armor sets, the weapon sets. So you could never really tell this was even an Onyx to begin with. He just kind of morphed into this guy, and it's super easy. And then I took Ash, who was, you would never think this was Ash.
Oh,
Nice.
Put a head from the head's back on there, weapons from the loot crate, or weapons, and then the loot crate armor. And you put them on him, and you have basically a brand new figure. And it's,
dude, I have never thought about putting that head on a gray
Yeah.
body. Not
Yeah,
ever.
cool.
That's brilliant,
Cool
dude.
one, man.
It's great.
if I can do
That's
it,
really
you
cool.
can do it. So that's the moral of the story. If I can do it, you can do it.
That is awesome. No, I love that. I love that. That's really cool. Like now I'm starting to think, I'm like, what head can I put that body on? Because I've got a few. Before we get to the last two here, because we are winding down, I do want to go ahead and do our third giveaway. Now, again, we had all these scheduled for last week, and sorry, I just couldn't get it all together. So that's why we're doing all three today. But this is the big one. This is Pale in the Adventure Armor. Now, this guy is, like you heard Jason said, this guy is sold out on their website. This guy is getting harder and harder to find, and he's
And
one that
the
you
main
absolutely
character.
need. He is
Yeah.
the main character of the story. He is the Prince Adam, the He-Man, the Lion-O, the Quicksilver. You got to have this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to do hashtag Pale, P-A-L-E. That's going to be the hashtag. Go ahead and start dropping them in right now. We'll go through our last pop and swaps here, and then we'll wrap this up and let you guys go get some lunch. So you guys can get ready for a Brick show and all the other shows that are coming on tonight as well. So, or if you're into basketball, any basketball games on tonight. So, Rob, you want to show yours, buddy? Oh man, look at this! Look at this!
So I did the ancient ape body with the brown that matches this head.
Yeah,
And then there's Tiberius's legs and pants.
I love those pants. They look great.
And
I
then
love the
just
white feet and the white hands too. That's incredible, dude.
Yeah, and the armor from one of the loot crates that Brian got me.
Yeah,
Blues
that's
really
all.
pop.
What are the lower legs? The light blue knee pads. Who are those from?
That's from Tiberius.
Oh, dang!
Everything it's Tiberius's lower half.
Got you. Poor
Nice.
Tiberius.
That's a true pop.
That's really cool. I love that. Like with Brian, one of Brian's, he had the black and the blue armor. I love that teal blue and that brown together. Look incredible.
Yeah. And
It's really cool.
but popping and swapping these things do give you full on gamer's thumb.
Oh,
Because
there we are. Let me
you don't
blow.
heat them well enough. Oof, that thing hurts, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
have,
for sure.
I have a
Yeah, I have the
permanent
hardest.
star from popping and swapping a
no.
Mythic Legions 2.0 figure. I was making what she's called a skeleton witch for my wife. It's a character she had, and I used some the 2.0 bone parts, and then the Ghost of Christmas Past, her decayed head, and
Yeah.
trying to put her together. I've got permanent scars on my hands from that, so it's not always easy. You heat these figures up, and you really got to give it.
Yeah, you got to keep that water hot or the heat gun handy. Mine is one that I have wanted to do for quite a while because I love this color palette, and it is one of the ancients
Yeah.
with the
Nice.
orange flesh,
Hoping
the
to show
orange
this
skin
today.
tone, and then putting him with this armor here, and just using the one of the is it the Horrid Ravager? I don't remember if that's the Ravager body, but this is the loincloth that actually came with this guy, and then the armor is from the lower parts, and the arms are from this guy right here. And I love that
Colors
little
look
hit
good.
of green. Yeah, I love this. Is one of my favorite color schemes, is this orange and teal blue. But talking about the popping and swapping, whenever you heat these guys up, like the bicep wants to come off really easily right here, and then it pops off of this, and then trying to get this piece off of the butterfly joint, it's dang near impossible. But you just got to
That's the
keep
part
heating it.
that gives me the gamer thumbs, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
absolutely. It's so hard, but you just kind of got to keep working it. I even had to, like, when you pull it, the butterfly joint is going to get so soft that it's going to come out completely from the arm, and then you just wrap each side with like a paper towel or something to keep it protected, and then use 2 pairs of pliers to pull them apart. You can get it, but yeah, pushing back in on that rough, yeah, you're going to get gamer thumbs for sure. But yeah, this was one of my, I was playing around with them yesterday, and this is what I came up with.
So good. So good. That's where I'm
Yeah.
stuck on. One of my customs is that shoulder.
Yeah, like I said, it is not an easy thing to do. Let me check the timer here. See if some
Worth it in
people
the
still
end,
have.
though, when you get that, you finally get it apart and you put it back together the way you want, and it's like, you know what, my hands are killing me, but it looks awesome, and I'm very happy with it. Especially if it's something
Totally.
you like, you're proud of, you're proud enough to show it off. You're like, I'm crippled, but this is so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's so good. Like I was messaging everybody the other day when I was doing this, and I was like, why is popping and swapping so hard? Not necessarily with AWOK, but just like in general. Like
In general,
it's not nearly as easy as it should be. The way that I think that probably like people who are into what are the little guys? The
Lego?
little
Glyos.
no,
The
Glyos. Yeah, the
Yes.
way that they enjoy
Lego.
popping and swapping. You know, I wish it was a little
I had
easier
a-
like that.
I had a roommate, oh my God, going back nearly 20 years, who would buy the Glyos from Onel Design when they were new. And I mean, I've had scores of these things, and I'm a little upset I can't find them because I would love to like distribute them to my Glyos friends because of how old they are. But yeah, we did the same thing. I'd have parts all over my computer desk, arms and legs. I think I found like a head and maybe part of a torso, and I really wish I could find the rest. But those are a little easier. Like as long as they're not really cold, they just pop right apart.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I remember one time I was helping one of my best friends from my childhood. I had known since second grade, and I was helping him clean out his house after his mom and dad had passed away, and we were going through his garage, and we found a box, and we could tell like because it was partially open, it was all Kenner Star Wars, and we were about to flip out. Like we were so excited. We tore the box open. It was like, what's in here? What's in here? And all of the figures' heads were missing. They were all down in the very bottom of the box because I very distinctly remembered his dad had built us a working guillotine at some point, and we were
Oh
just
my
like
goodness.
one after another chopping heads off and just watching them fly. So we had all the heads, but they were all cut off from all the bodies. So it was like,
When
but it
shout
was a
out-
box full of memories. I mean, we just tossed
Yeah,
them,
it's
but it was a
something.
box of memories, you know.
We should
shout out
mention
Blake.
that we're gonna have a upcoming episode of customs, AWOK customs. If anybody out there in the chat, build your customs, throw them on, put the hashtag so we can start like showcasing your customs because
Yeah, I'm gonna show this.
it's coming
one.
soon. We're gonna have
Look at
a.
this. Now this is not your version of Lion-O, right? This is a pirate.
This is a pirate called Captain Leon, but I mean, obviously we all know what that's all about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
love
weird
it.
how.
that's awesome.
No, but he's fantastic. He looks so good,
Yeah.
man. That's
He's
incredible. All right, let's do it. The giveaway is closed. I'm going to bring up the wheel of names here, the wheel of warriors. Hopefully, you can see your name over there on the side. These are all the new for the pail. Let's give it a spin, see who the winner is.
Hi, Bill.
Well,
What?
Hey! That's
Hey! Nice. Nice.
Congrats.
You know
The
what?
next one.
If it's anybody who needs more action figures,
Yeah, right.
it's Trevor. Congratulations.
Maybe I'll send it.
Hey, look who showed up in the chat. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Thanks for joining us yesterday on Double Jointed. He's double dipping. I really appreciate that. Let's catch some last minute comments from the chat, and then we're going to get out of here. Easy fix those the upper, I guess, with super glue. Monarch Prime says, "There's the one, Rob." I think he'd been wanting to see that for a while. And then we have D Blake makes hola guys and gals. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us today in the chat. I know Bill just showed up, and here we are getting ready to head on out. But like Jeff and Rob, as everybody has said, yeah, we're going to be doing a custom episode pretty soon. I don't know if it'll be our our next episode. I'm not sure. We'll have to sit and talk about what our next episode's going to be. But whether you do toy photography, whether you do pop and swaps, or whether you do full customs, not only should you be, working with the guys over there with the hashtag AWOK collab 25, but also remember us. Put us down in that as well. Throw, Bill says, hi and bye. It's okay, buddy. You can catch the replay. Make sure you throw our hashtag in there, hashtag AWOK Tribe 25. The 25 being because this is 2025, and then next year we'll come up with something else. And then and that way we can find your photography, share that for our for every episode, for our post pics. Maybe we'll share your stuff with the pop and swaps and the customs as we do those. So thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Real quick, I did get a real cool AWOK sign from D Blake Makes at ZoloCon. And put it right in the front of my AWOK shelf. It really takes it to another level. So, as D Blake Makes says, treat yourself.
Absolutely. And I don't know if I'm gonna give each one of you guys. Everybody's gonna get. Let's blow that up. Let's see what you had there. This is what you're talking about. These little signs. Yeah, that's super nice for
these
your
are great.
Displays. Fantastic. Yeah, that is so incredible. I'm gonna give each one of you a chance to say your goodbyes and final thoughts. But also for all of our winners, congratulations to you guys. You know how to get in contact with Rob directly, L_spooky_Zorro on Instagram. Get him your address and he'll get that shipped out to you. Terrence, here's Terrence, part of our co-creators, co-host, and soon he's going to be able to join us. I cannot wait. He's behind bars again, literally bars, making drinks. So be sure to reach out to Rob so he can get those figures out to you. And then everybody, let's start with, we'll go Jeff and then Cloud, Brian, Rob, and then we'll send it on out. Jeff, any closing thoughts, my friend?
It was great to have Jason and Cloud on today. Thank you to both of you. It's always great to have guests to bounce ideas off of. There we go. Thank you for getting me on here today. Tech issues as always, but we're episode 2 in, so let's see what episode 3 brings us, and join us next time all.
Yeah, this episode went way smoother than episode 1 did, so I'm very happy. I consider it a success. Cloud?
I am on Instagram at cloud_network. If you guys want to follow me, just very, very, very rough amateur photography, but I'm sticking with it. Thank you guys for having me on. This is great. It worked out that I didn't have my usual Sunday stream today. It's next week, but I had a lot of fun. I always have fun on these. You guys are really easy to talk to. So thank you.
Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. Yeah, be sure to definitely check out. Scroll back through the chat. I did post a link to her Instagram, and that picture was amazing. So I hope you guys checked it out. Brian?
Thanks so much to Cloud. Thanks so much to Jason for jumping in. It was great. Congrats to all the winners. Thanks for everybody in the chat being so active. Thanks for all the viewers who are really hitting our stride already. Thanks to Mark for all you're doing, and let's keep going and growing the tribe.
Yeah, and thank you, Brian, for helping out with the names and the winners. That's a lot of work to be able to track them as they're coming in, so I really appreciate that. Rob?
Just thanks to everybody that came on. Jason and Cloud. Thanks, Cloud. Really appreciate it. And if you guys don't already know, we got that Instagram, the AWOK Tribe. Just follow us there if you want to keep up with what we got going on with the tribe on YouTube.
Yep, the AWOK Tribe.
Yeah, like Mark said, hit me up if you guys are a winner, and I'll try to get all that stuff out to you guys as soon as I can.
We also created, after last week saying that when I was on Brick's show, saying that we wouldn't create a Facebook page, we did create. Brick was like, dude, go ahead and create a Facebook group. It doesn't matter. Like, it's the more the merrier.
It's not a group. It's not a group. It's just a page.
Oh, it's just a page. Okay, I got you.
We don't have the group created yet. If we don't want to do that yet, but yeah.
That's fine. All right. So, Jeff, what is that? What did you name it?
It's the tribe. Just look for our logo, the tribe, and you'll see whatever's being posted on IG gets sent over to Facebook automatically because they're combined. And then anybody else, it's mostly anybody who has access to our IG, which is the tribe. And then it gets posted there. So if you're on Facebook, find us, follow us, like our posts, and enjoy.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you to everybody, like everybody said, like Cloud and Jason for coming on and joining us today. Thanks for Brian for helping out. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for all, everybody being here. You make it so incredibly awesome. Thank you guys for all the congratulations to all the winners. I
Congrats.
hope you guys enjoy. I hope at least one of you, I know it's not Terrence, but I hope at least one of you maybe has never even touched an AWOK figure before, and this is your first time. Maybe getting one in hand is your first time. I doubt it. Why else would you be here? But if it is your first time, let us know what you think about it, because that's what it took for me. Is I had seen these guys. They looked awesome. They looked incredible, but I didn't need another line. And it wasn't until my good friend Steve Mank of Articulated Empire put a Feralus in my hand, and I was able to play around with it, and it just turned me around on it. Once you play with it, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So just to let you guys know, we are now going to be on our regular schedule. We will now be on every other Sunday. We are going to do 2 shows a month. We will not be every Sunday. It just happened to work out this way for the first 2 episodes. So we won't be on next Sunday, but we will be on the Sunday after that. AWOK news doesn't come out that often. We want to make sure that we're giving you guys good quality content, that we're not wasting your time, we're not wasting our time, and we're giving you guys something really cool every time we come on. So from now on, it's going to be every 2 weeks. All you have to do is just follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll always know when we're going to have a new show popping up. Or you could just follow the show right here on my YouTube channel, Saturday Morning Toy Collector, and just look under their playlists, and you'll always find all episodes of The Tribe. You could also find this under Live, but this is where we live, is under the Saturday Morning Toy Collector banner. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you.